Here's the pitch by Downing. Swinging.
It's getting serious on this track,
That
fam.
ball is going to be out of here. It's gone. It's 7:15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron.
3-2 Atlanta, 2 men out in the sixth. High and deep to right field. This could be number 300, and it is for Dale Murphy. The 0-2. Left side, Swanson to first.
What's happening, Braves Nation? Welcome to another episode number 9, I believe, of the Chop Shop Podcast. It's your boy TK, joined by my boy, my ace, my dog, my rider, my co-host, my friend, my partner from way back in the day, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Jermaine JP
What's up,
Powell.
TK? What's going on, man? What's going on?
Oh man, man, just same old same, man. Just work, handling business, and watching this Braves baseball, at least until football season start.
Yeah, look, we got to calm Brave Nation down, man. You get a 14-win streak, and people start losing their mind when you lose 1 or 2. So,
Listen, man. We won 14 straight. We was riding high,
yep,
beating people. And we wasn't just winning games. We was beating the hell out of people, man. During the 14, the team averaged 7.2 runs a game, and they beat everybody, but on average about 2.25 runs or whatever, So it wasn't a whole bunch of save opportunities. Like that, especially Washington. Washington got rocked.
They did. Yeah, I got some stats on that. That was crazy.
And that's who we covering on this episode. Washington and of course the Chicago Cubs. But we gonna start with the streak. All good things come to an end.
Right.
And it was a pretty great streak, man. I'm gonna give you some numbers.
Okay.
Give y'all some numbers from this streak. Of course, the 14, that was it was the longest win streak by a defending champion in the expansion era since 1961. Wow. So the Braves had the longest win streak of any defending champion. So that was a plus. They was 8-0 on the road during the streak. Of course, it was one win off of the franchise record of 15, which was accomplished in 2000. Now, going into the month of June, the Braves had a .460 win percentage. They was 23-27, sitting 10.5 games back of the Mets. During the streak, they went .578 was the win percentage, finished 37-27, and they cut the Mets lead to 4 games. They picked up 6.5 in this 14-game streak, which is awesome. We needed that.
Big time.
They hit 35 home runs, which led the majors. Only the Yankees eclipsed 30 home runs. They had 31. Of the 35 home runs, they generated 59 total runs. And it was 10 more than anybody else in baseball. The Phillies had 49. Out of the home runs they hit, 11 different players hit those home runs. Which
that's crazy.
Especially for the bottom of the lineup, man. The bottom of the order leads the majors in home runs. Just another fact. Now, they had 4 games of 10-plus runs during the streak. What was great about that is, out of the first 2 months of the season, they only had 1. Now, again, I talked about how dominant they were. Out of the 14 games, 12 of those were by 2 runs or more. The pitching staff, they picked it up. They had 146 strikeouts during the streak, which led to majors.
Right.
So they had some awesome awesome things going on, man.
They
Uh,
did, man.
they also scored 101 runs. They outscored their opponents by 60 runs.
Phew.
And because a lot of people like to talk about what they did last year versus this year and where they was at and so on and so forth.
Right.
Last year, at the same moment in time, they was 30-35, 8 games back. Now 37-28, 4.5 games back. So
Actually, sitting better to me. It's sitting a lot better.
yeah,
You over 500 and you're only 4 back. So
yes. And you're doing that and you're getting healthier.
yes,
We lost Albies, which we'll get into.
yeah, that's
But
a
yeah,
tough
man,
one.
it was a great streak,
It
and
was
you know they own another one. Hopefully, we lost to two to Chicago,
right,
and we'll get into that. But they bounced back with a couple wins, one versus Chicago and one last night versus San Francisco, which is a series that this is a series, two series that we've been looking forward to.
right.
You know, these last four teams sub 500. Now they getting into the meat of the schedule, playing these harder teams, and we're about to see what they really made of. And quite honestly, man, I think they got the stuff, dog.
I do, and I'm gonna take you back to June 1st, man, where the streak started. That was the last game of the Diamondback series, where the Diamondbacks had took 2 out of 3. Remember, we were on air, I think, during
Heartbreaker,
the first game. I think it was we was on the air live in that one, and we was talking about those are series that you got to win because you had Colorado coming up.
right?
The Braves did win that last series, but it's a story coming out now. I don't know if any of y'all have heard about it, but it's a story that was reported the other day that Brian Snicker had a closed door meeting before the game, that third game against the Diamondbacks, and they said it was a lot of airing out and just a lot of gut checking and not a lot of finger pointing. And he was like, we got to get better. And hey, I don't know if that was coincidence or not, but that was the start of the streak. That was June 1st. It was a closed door meeting in a Diamondbacks visitors clubhouse. So don't know what that had to if that had anything to do with it, but maybe we might need to have another one. But yeah, they went on 14 straight after that.
Hey, and you know what? Hey, sometimes that's necessary.
Yeah.
You see some guys not giving they all. You see some guys, lollygagging, and then you got others who really putting in work. You want to get everybody on the same page, and
Hmm.
excuse me, they all grown men. They all getting paid to do a job, just like the skipper getting paid to do his job. And if what you say is true, he went in there and got in their ass, and we saw the results. So maybe, maybe that kicked off a season long of the guys playing up to where they have the potential to play.
And TK, me and you talked about it earlier in the podcast we had. We both kind of felt they had the World Series hangover.
Right?
A little bit. It's like we didn't see the hunger. We didn't see, hey, we the champs. We won it. But I'm starting to see that now. I'm starting
Yeah.
to see it from the pitching staff, from the offense has been picking up, and like you said, we get into it with the Cubs, but the streak was bound to end at some point. Nobody expected 14 games in a row, which were great, and you know some Braves fans thought we weren't going to lose anymore. I don't know where they got that from, but yeah, they dropped 2 against the Cubs, but man, they still looking pretty good right now.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll get into last week's games, rundown. Uh was it six game? No, seven. No, I'm sorry, six. They
Yeah,
had three against the Nats and three against the Cubs. So we'll start with the Nats.
whew,
That first game,
smoking.
smoking, still smoking. They won 9-5. It was actually the 12th victory in the streak. Um, and that game is where we lost Ozzy Albies.
Yeah,
That's where he, had the fracture. Um, but I mean, and we had some good things happen in that game besides, in spite of Ozzy getting hurt. You
Right.
know, our boy, Rookie of the Year candidate, in my opinion, Michael Harris II, he hit his first career home run. And not to brag, but did I not call it?
Yeah, you did. I think it was actually hours before that game came on.
I called it. I said, "Oh, this will be the game he hit it." But it
Yeah.
was crazy. I thought it was the other kid that was going to be pitching, the one who's giving
Hmm.
up, 1,000 home runs, but he didn't start. But nonetheless, I said, "Oh, this first game,
Yeah.
Harris is going to get his first career home
And he
run."
did. You
Yeah,
said that, and he
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 did.
actually did. A few hours after we got off the air, and man, in the whole series, the Braves scored 27 runs in that
Yeah.
series.
Oh,
27.
yeah. And I got a lot of tidbits from that series that I'm gonna throw out there. But they won that game 9-5. Um, our boy Dansby, you see
Oh
him,
yeah.
you see him. Our boy Dansby, he went 4 for 5. He hit a home run, had 4 RBIs. Um, the team hit 5 home runs
They did.
that game.
They did.
Um, again, it was a blowout. Well, not really a blowout. Ian Anderson, he struggled. He gave up 4, had 4 walks, had 4 Ks, but they won, in spite of, which is what you want to see. Your pitch is struggling, you
Right.
want to have your offense be able to pick them up, and they did.
Right.
So game 2 of the series, they won it 13 straight.
Yep.
They won this one 10-4. Um, you had Dansby. Who was it? Okay, you had Dansby, D'Arnaud, Ozuna, and Harris. They all homered again. They homered in the first game
Right.
and then homered in the second game. And uh Orlando Arcia, he homered,
He
you know,
did.
coming in replacing Albies, and we'll get into that a little bit. But they hit 5 home runs that second game, right? And when they did that, that was the second time in the team's history that they hit 5 home runs back to back,
Mm,
which is crazy. Um and they didn't stop that, dog. And you know what? Another thing about that game, Max Fried got a 7 victory.
he did.
He and it was a little rough on him. He gave up 4, but he had 6 Ks, 1 walk. And what I love about him, man, he get in the jams. He's able to pitch himself out of it.
Right. He
And he
is.
doesn't give up a lot of free passes, man. His strikeout to walk ratio is crazy. I don't have the stat on me right now, but it is insane
Yeah.
how good he is when it comes to that. He's the ace of this staff, and he's starting to get a lot of help, which is something we inquired about 3, maybe 4 episodes ago. So we kind of see it, and again, that pitching staff picking it up.
Yeah.
Um, so with that game, here's another interesting stat. Like I said, they hit the 5 in back to back games.
Yeah.
It was also at least um they had hit at least 4 home runs in 3 straight games, at least 3 home runs in 4 straight games, and the team had at least 1 home run in 5 straight games
Wow.
with that 13th straight victory. So, that's it showed, the team got power up and down the lineup, man.
They do.
Up and down. And our boy Duval, he's starting to show.
Yeah. He's coming around. Yeah. And as you mentioned earlier about the bottom of the batting order, everybody knows that usually 7, 8, and 9 hitters are your weakest hitters. But now we actually having a carousel at the end of ours with, Harris batting in the ninth spot. Then you got Acuna coming right behind him. And Harris
Yeah.
has been on a tear. I know we're going to get in him later, getting on base and stuff. So it's kind of like, where's the weak spot in this lineup? You got, Duvall is at the end. You got Leonard at the end, or Contreras, who's ever in at the time, and then you got Michael Harris, followed by the top of the order. It has Acuna, Dansby Swanson, Riley, Olson. Where's the weak spot in this Braves lineup? I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, unless they start slumping like Acuna doing right now.
Yeah, that's and you know what? That's the perfect segue into the Cubs series.
Hold on before we get into that, because I want to tell you about the third game, because it was
Okay,
something special with that third game, which was the last victory in the 14 game streak.
right.
But they won 8-2, and uh Austin Riley hit 2 home runs. Orlando Arcia hit another home run.
He did.
And with those 3 home runs being hit, the Braves hit a record-setting 13 home runs. That's the most in a 3-game set since the team moved to Atlanta in 1966.
Wow.
And they also tied a club record for 31 hits in a 3-game set.
They was smoking.
And then, your boy, and we'll talk about him too, Spencer Strider. He pitched the gym, went 5 2/3.
He
He
did.
had a career high 11 Ks. He gave a 1 run, 1 hit. It was a home run, I believe, in the 5th inning. I forget who hit it off the top of my head, but that was the only run and hit he gave up. And with those 11 Ks, he became only the third Brave in history to strike out 11 in fewer than 6 innings. He was the first to do it since Julio Teheran back in 2013. And the other person to do it was Tommy Cloninger back in 65.
Way back.
Way before me and you.
Back before I was watching.
Yeah. But yeah, man, they went out on the 14-game streak with a bang, man, both offensively and pitching wise.
They did.
So salute to them. Now we gonna get to the Cubs. I'm gonna let you go off.
Well, we're gonna segue, as we already said. Every good thing must come to an end, and we kind of saw the beginning of that happening from that Washington National Series. TK, when you think about both Acuna and Olson had 15 plate appearances. Olson went 3 for 15. Acuna went 1 for 15. So you kind of start seeing, even though everybody else in the lineup seemed to be kind of sizzling and going on, our leadoff man wasn't doing anything. Cleanup man Olson was 3 for 15, and you kind of start seeing it. And when they got to the Cub series, I was like, okay, I honestly thought we would win 2 out of 3 that series, and the first game is the one that scared me. That's the one I thought if they was going to give up one, it would be that first one, which I was correct, but I also didn't think it would be the next one either.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I honestly thought we wasn't gonna lose until we got to the Giants. Like, bruh, so when we bumped into the Cubs were in a 10-game losing streak.
They were.
Right? Looking like crap. Offensively, pitching wise, defensively, so I just knew we was gonna hit that 50, at least that 15. But honestly, I honestly thought we was gonna whoop the Cubs. Remember, I said we was gonna be 17-0 by the time we hit San Francisco.
You did.
Right. I'm gonna have to take that L.
And I told you, I said we're gonna lose 1 out of the Cubs, but I didn't think it'd be 2.
And like you said, all good things come to an end. And I wasn't even mad that we lost. I was more so disappointed at how we lost it.
Yeah.
Like, I gave y'all the rundown on all the home runs hit. And they hit 31. They had 31 hits in the 3 previous games. And then you get here and you only have 2 hits.
2. Now,
11 strikeouts, and you lose 1-0.
now, granted, game one against the Cubs was a pitcher's duel.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
they couldn't
was.
hit. We couldn't hit. Both pitchers was lights out. But yeah,
Shout out to Charlie Moore.
he
You know,
did.
he
He been
went
proving you
he went
wrong
7.
lately.
He proved both of us wrong because matter of
I put
fact,
it on you.
I think okay, well he proved me wrong. You know, I think we had just got on the phone. We was talking about something.
Yeah,
I was like, oh heck yeah, wasn't about to hit the bump and get embarrassed. And I'm I be listen, I be talking bad on them and be hard on them, man. But I will happily say I'm wrong.
yeah.
I love when they prove me wrong.
And every
It
time
hate
you do, they tend to prove you wrong. So maybe you
so
need to talk about some more people here.
maybe I need to just go full villain and just be like the Skip Bayless of Braves baseball.
Yeah,
You know, just be the bad guy because like you said, as soon as I railed on Ozuna, he went on the tear.
he did.
You know, I railed on Dansby, he went on the tear.
Yeah, and he hadn't came off of it yet either.
And came off of it. I went and bought his shirt. He been going so good. I railed on Charlie Morton, and he had he wasn't full Morton, but he went 7, gave 9 Ks, no runs, only 3 hits.
Yeah,
So what I didn't like though, and with that first loss, it was a bit of history, right? The Cubs became I want to say the first or maybe the second team on a double-digit losing streak to stop another team on a double-digit losing streak. So again, I ain't mad that we lost. It's how we lost
yeah. It's how we lost.
that really got me. So it is what it is. But so we moving on to game number 2. And I honestly thought, hey, they took that loss. They
Yeah.
gonna bounce back.
Me too.
Get the bats back together, take 2 or 3 from the Cubs, and move on to the Giants. And them boys got shellacked, man.
That was a sloppy game. A lot of errors in that game. Fielding errors, throwing errors, you name it. That was a sloppy, bad loss in that second game. That was one you just had to turn the TV and wait till the next game for the next day.
Man, when I saw how it was going down, I was like, well, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not even, I think I made it through the 6th, maybe 7th. I was like, you know
was
what?
terrible.
Yeah. Like they didn't even look like they was interested, man.
Mm-mm.
That's what got me was they didn't look at all engaged.
And believe it or not, TK, in that game, if you look all the way up to the 7th, 8th innings, they were still in the game. I mean, they need the offense to, score some runs to come alive, but they were still in it despite how bad they looked earlier. But they just could not get nothing going. But honestly, I think we needed those 2 losses.
I hope you're right. I hope we can build another streak. I ain't gonna say they're gonna go on another 14, but
Right.
Listen, I'll take 8-2 out of 10, 8-2 in a 10-game span or 7-3,
Win series.
Yeah, that's
Win
fine.
series.
But we lost Kyle Wright, 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned, 8 Ks. And I think he gave up 11 hits, not 5. He gave up 11 hits. I don't know where I got 5 from.
Yeah, that was.
But in the midst of all of that, man, one thing that I did like about that game, it showed us all what baseball is really about. It's about family. It's about tradition. It's about what's good. And we saw that with the Contreras brothers, William.
Oh yeah.
And Wilson, right? This is their first game ever where they both were starting catching. And they hugged at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And, the parents are there and other families there. Like that was a great moment for baseball. Now, I'm pretty sure they set it up that way. Because I mean, Arnaud was on the tear. I don't think it was time to rest him, but with his brother catching, his older big brother
Yeah,
catching, it was good for baseball. And plus, it's not like you putting a scrub back there because
no,
Contreras he's on the tear himself.
no.
Uh, but it was good to see, man. And actually, both of those brothers on the tear because I always forget mix them up. Wilson is the
Wilson
old.
is Wilson is older.
Yeah, Wilson is the oldest one, and right now he's tearing it up. He's leading the majors for home runs by a catcher with
Yep,
12,
correct.
and hell, Wilson is right behind him. You know, um, but
With
but
way less playing time.
with way less playing time, man. So in that game, as a together, the Contreras brothers went 5 for 9. They each hit a double.
Yep.
Wilson had an RBI too. So it was like I said, it was good for baseball, bro. It was
Yeah, that's what
good.
I all
It was
about.
good to see, man. But we still lost, so didn't like that. But so moving on, we get to the third game, and we won 6-0. Getting back to the winning ways, baby. Um,
Masterful performance by Ian Anderson.
yeah, he went 6. Um, 3 hits. I don't think he gave up a run, did he? Nah.
No,
Yeah, they
no
won
one
6-0.
runs, 6 Ks, man. He
Yeah,
was
6 Ks, 6 and 2/3, no earned runs. We won 6-0. Uh, yeah, our boy Michael Harris hit his third home run of the
hit his
year.
third homer. Opposite field at
Op-
that.
all of them have been opposite field, man.
Yeah, opposite
He
field.
he he's showing some very good pop in his bat to be going opposite field.
He is, man.
Like I can't wait till he start pulling the ball and just placing it, everywhere. Like once
This kid
we'll,
hadn't even figured it out yet.
yeah, we'll talk about it, man. But man,
Yeah.
once he figured it out,
He ain't even figured it out.
yeah, and again, we talked about this first episode, ebbs and flows. I'm pretty sure he's gonna hit that
Oh, yeah.
rookie wall and whatever. But what we are seeing right now, absolutely fantastic, bro.
Absolutely.
So also in this game, our boy Matt Olson came alive a little bit.
Finally.
He had three doubles, which gave him a major league leading 27 doubles.
Yeah, he's been a double machine this year.
Yeah, he has. And right now he's on pace for 65 doubles. And I think I forget his name. Somebody hit 66, I believe, in 1931. But no player has had a 60 double season since 1936. So, we might be seeing a bit of history here
I think so.
with Matt Olson, man. I just wish I'm glad he hitting doubles, but I need him to get up to about 260, 265. Still swinging the bat. If we can get that, man, he gonna be something to reckon with, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So what's your take on this last series, man? This last week, your overarching point on this last two teams we played.
Well, a little disappointing end to the win streak, but hey, we still went 4-2 on a 6-game road trip. Like you say, just win series. You didn't win the Cubs series, but you did sweep the Nationals. You showed tremendous power what this lineup can be. When we debated at the beginning of the year whether it could be a top 3 lineup, and of course the Nationals are down this year, but still, I mean, that power was ridiculous. The pitching has came alive. We just, like you said, you had the ebbs and flows. You just the second Cub game was atrocious. The first one could have went either way. It was just depending on who scored first in that one. So I think we're fine. We went 4-2. Last night we got a win against the Giants in the first game of that series. And I'm sure we'll talk about that. But I love the way that they won in that game. So I think we're doing fine.
Yeah, I agree, man. I didn't let that back-to-back loss to Chicago really, jade my view of the team, man. Again, you can't win them all. They bounced back in the end in a great fashion, nonetheless. to take it. So I'm not mad at all, man. Again though, they gave the Nationals that work, man. I wish they'd have carried over some of that, to the Cubs. But what I tell you, they hit 13 homers.
Yep,
Somewhere up in
13
there.
home runs in that series.
Yeah, I think they got a couple against Chicago, maybe 3. So, this team hit a lot of home runs, man, and that'll set me perfectly right up for bombs of the week, man. So here we go.
No score, second inning. Travis d'Arnaud will lead off. That ball hammered down the left field line. If he kept it fair, the Braves are going to have the lead. He did. D'Arnaud with a solo home run. Single, shorter lead at first for Ozzie here. The pitch. Swing and a high fly ball belted. That one's going to go a long way out of here. A 2-run homer for Ozuna, and the Braves are on their way. Another bullet, this one off the bat of Duvall. That's headed for left center. That one's headed for the bullpen and gone. Braves go back-to-back again. Shortstop, here it is. Swing, fly ball, rifled center. Lane Thomas going back, it's gone! What a huge hit again for Swanson with 2. Pitch. Fly ball headed for the gap in left center. At the track, at the wall, leaping try, it's gone! There's the first big league home run for Michael Harris. An opposite field bullet into the Braves bullpen.
One right here. Pitch to Travis. There's a deep drive to left field. Back this one sails. They're not going to catch that one. Out of the ballpark, a 3-run home run.
Taos as the world champs go to work. That ball hammered deep toward left into the well. That ball is gone. Michael Harris, an opposite field home run at Wrigley. Driven toward right. Hayward on the run. Still going to the warning track. And it's out of here. Adam Duvall hits it the other way. A solo. Not going. Pitch swung on, belted. Straightaway center. Robles will say goodbye. He was in scoring position in the batter's box. A rifle shot from Austin.
So, as you can see, I listen, man. I didn't even include all of them, man, because we've been watching for about 4-5 minutes. Like I trimmed them to. I don't like to go too long, man, but Jesus, they was
bombing
left and right, man.
They were.
We saw a couple from somebody we hadn't even really talked about this episode, man, which was Adam Duvall.
Yeah. Glad to see him swinging again.
Yeah, he has really stepped it up, man. His power showing why he hit them 38 last year. But yeah, man, we saw Harris a couple times on there, and we saw Riley, we saw Arcia, which gonna lead me right into buy or sell, man. So matter of fact, we're going to talk a little bit about Arcia in this buy and sell.
Buy or sell.
I'm at 35 down 40, 40, now 5 at a number, down 45, 45 at a number, down 50, I'm at 45 at a number, down 50, sold for.
So first up, this week, we talked about it. We lost him in that first game of the National Series, and that's Ozzie Albies. Now, buy or sell, losing Ozzie will be a major blow to this team. Now, before you answer, we saw what happened last year with Acuna, losing him like we did. And I'm not saying they the same caliber players,
right?
But, you lose an all-star. All-star's an all-star, regardless of how you how you slice it. So now I'm asking you again: buy or sell? Losing Ozzie will be a major blow to the team.
I'm gonna sell this one simply because I think that he'll be back within about 2 months time frame that they have. And also people forget Arcia is actually a vet from Milwaukee that was playing great
He was the
when he
man
was
in
right
Milwaukee.
when he was in Milwaukee. So people forget that. And I think that of course he's no Albies. I would much rather have Albies in the lineup if I had both healthy, but I think that he'll do just enough, that we won't, feel the effects of Albies being out right now. So I'm going to sell that one.
So before I answer, let me say this about Albies, man. It was rough on me seeing him go down like that because he's
Yeah,
been so durable, right?
yeah.
He's played in damn near every game since he was called up back in 2017, since he
Probably
made his
most
debut.
inconsistent one that we've had. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Even this year he started 61 of 62 games. And then 2018, well, I think 2018 and 2019, he averaged 158 games out of 162 for the
Hmm.
season. Uh, Not so much in 2020 with the strike shortened season, but you know, he's a history making second baseman for us.
He is.
Back in 2021, he became the Major League Baseball's youngest second baseman in history to hit for 30 home runs and 100 RBIs in the same season. So, you know, on the surface, when you hear something like that, you would say, "Yeah, I'm buying that," right? But for me, no, I'm not buying it. I'm gonna have to sell it,
Yeah,
and it's not a slight on Ozzy at
at
all,
all.
you know. But the truth of the matter is, like you said, we got Orlando Arcia, and he's right. Alex Anthopoulos looks like a damn genius right
He
now.
does. He
Okay,
does.
let me just throw that out there. Last year when he traded for him, a lot of people, including myself, was like, "Why? Like, first of all, where's he gonna play? Because you had Dasby and you had Ozzy.
Yep.
Where's he gonna play?" Now, I'm not saying he was Nostradamus and or even Miss Cleo, you know, to
Not
predict
Cleo.
that, call me now to predict that something like this is gonna happen, right? But it was a solid depth piece addition, last year, but it's really paying off so far this year, right? So shout out to Double A. But since Always came in, he came in for Albies in that Nationals game, went 1 for 1. But Arcia was 7 for 9 with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 3 runs in the 3 games he played in Washington, right?
Hmm.
Since becoming a starter, bruh, he's hit 428 with 9 hits, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. And he's a natural shortstop.
He is.
But you move him to second, so his size and his plus arm is a benefit with him moving, right to second base. And then they added Phil Gosselin, a vet, who's basically just gonna be there to give Arcia a break here and there. I
And
don't
as we saw last night, he got some wheels.
Yeah, he does.
He
He
got some wheels.
he so his speed on the base path is picking up where Ozzy's is gone. You know, he came in for Olsen last night, scored that winning run. So
That Arcia hit the
that
game
RC
winning.
that Arcia hit. You see, so yeah, man. Again, I'm selling it, and it's not a slight
Yep,
at all.
I feel the same way.
On Ozzy. I mean, and when he comes back, the team will be just that much stronger. We'll have just that much more depth, you know. And you go into the play when you go into the playoffs, dog. Because I think this team is a playoff team.
Oh
Will
yeah,
make the
yeah.
playoffs. Infield debt was a worry for some. going into this season.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and you see where we are. We still don't have anybody to play that hot corner if something was to happen.
No.
But you know, again, we got a strong guy in Arcia that can play second base, that can play shortstop if need be. So if Swanson needs a break, you gonna move Arcia to short
Right.
and put Gosselin in the second. So we have pieces, and when Ozzy comes back, we rolling again. So
Yep. Rolling.
now moving on.
Okay.
Uh, who I want to go with? I'm gonna go with my boy Michael Harris II. Buy or sell. Michael Harris II would be a serious rookie of the year candidate.
Ooh, man, you I told you, man, we need to get something in between buy and sell. You make it hard. I'm gonna buy, but I'm also gonna put a tag on this buy. I'm buying it, but he may not be the most serious one on his own team. What about
We gonna
Spencer
get to that.
Strider?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm buying it with a disclaimer on it, but I'm buying it. I'm buying it simply for the fact of, like you said, he's bound to hit a Ricky wall one day. We'll see how he reacts to that. But this kid came in, had a few little games at the beginning where kind of ho hum, changed his stance, man. And not only is his batting been on fire, have you seen him out in the field?
Bruh.
Have
His
you
his
seen the speed on the base pads?
yes. 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 His defense is something serious. Him on the base pass is something serious. So you answer with buy. I'm also buying
Yeah, I'm
this.
buying it.
I'm really buying this without a tag on it, without an
Oh,
asterisk, without anything. I'm buying it. Thus far this season,
mm-hmm.
he's had 81 at bats, bat 346, 3 home runs, 13 ribbies, 2 stolen bases. Um, in June, just a month of June, and he only had, he was at what 3 games before the streak started, or something like that.
Yeah, because I think the Diamondbacks was his first road trip.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, that was his first road trip.
So month of June, he's played 17 games. He's had a hit in every last one of them in all but 3 games, right? Um, and you talked about him on the outfield. His addition helped solidify the Braves outfield and gave them one of the top defensive units in baseball.
Right.
Okay. And again, the addition of him and the ascension of Adam Duvall is not coincidental, dog. Like we talked about Adam playing center and how it was taking away his legs and taking away his bat. And we've seen since he's been moved, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, but stark difference for
Yeah.
Duvall. But it's interesting because you brought up Strider, but right now, as of today, Vegas has Michael Harris II at a plus 600 to win Rookie of the Year, which has him third. That has him third right now. Number one, well, the first two are tied at plus 400. The first one is from the Padres, Mackenzie Gore, the pitcher.
Mm-hmm. Gore, yeah.
And the second one, you just mentioned him, Spencer Strider. He's also at 400. And side note, he's also giving up 4 runs tonight while we're recording. So
He's giving up 4 runs.
yeah.
Okay, take the tag off of that buy that I had a minute ago. I'm just
Hey,
buying it straight out. Oh my God.
yeah. We losing 4-2 right now.
I was trying not to look at it while we were recording, but
I
yeah.
can't help it, man. Ozuna, your boy Ozuna had a 2-run shot with 1 on, so it's 4-2. He's down 4-0.
And side note, man, while we're on Harris real quick, while you was talking about him being in position of third, Vegas having third, win the Rookie of the Year. Look at some of the people that he jumped already. You remember
Yes.
one name that was almost a cinch to win it. Remember Suzuki from the Cubs?
Yep.
That was the odds-on favorite not too long ago. I mean, matter of fact, maybe about 3 or 4 weeks back. This guy's in third position now, and he's roughly played what, a month in the majors, maybe a month and some change. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
They had Suzuki to be wire to wire, bro.
Is
Rookie
he
of the
even in
year.
the top 5 to win it now?
Nope. I don't have the list in front of me according to Vegas, but nah, he might be fifth. I want to
I'm
say.
biased. I'm going with my guy Michael Harris, but
Yeah,
also keep a guy out, the new rookie that just came up yesterday from the Pirates,
I saw him.
Cruz. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the competition gonna be stiff.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be a runaway because you got so many of these kids, playing well. But if Harris keep going the way he's going,
Oh yeah.
then he's gonna run away with it, dog. He's going because not only is he producing at the plate, but he's making highlight catches and
He is.
throws and highlights on the base pass. So he's putting all 5 tools on display for the world to see, man.
And what was the one thing that most Braves fans had, worries, anxiety about was the outfield. You had 2 out. Well, Cunha, of course, was out, but assuming he's healthy and you had, Duvall, you was always kind of, okay, who's the other outfielder going to be?
Boy, you had Mr. Liability himself to worry about Ozuna out there.
Oh my
And
gosh.
now you get to just push him to DH, so yeah, man.
And Duvall is a dang good fielder himself, but like
Yes.
you said, I think he's better suited to play left field rather than center field.
Yes.
Because he made some outstanding catches during that the Cubs and National Series too in the field. So
he did. He I'm telling you, man, he looked like he got an extra spring in his step now.
yeah,
And
you said that.
It's thanks to our boy, Mr. Harris. So finally, and we brought him up, Spencer Strider by himself has solidified the back end of the rotation.
Ooh, this would have been a hard buy. I'm still gonna buy it, but he ticking me off what he doing tonight right now. But yeah, I'm gonna buy it because the kid, the way he's been pitching, the strikeout, the walk ratios, and everything, you really can't take him out of the lineup now. And even when you do have Soroka, you get him back. It's a dang good problem to have
I
right
think
now.
Ian might get the boot.
Possibly, although he had a good game against the Cubs, but you got 6 starters that's hopefully all pitching well and doing well. It's a good problem to have if you got to, send one to the bullpen, or whatever. But right now, I don't see you pulling them out the lineup right now.
I mean, they could go 6L if we being real. You could go 6, but you buying it, and I'm buying it too.
I almost didn't, but I bought it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm buying it, and I'm gonna tab the receipt with it. No taking it back.
Okay.
So, and I was rough on him when he first started.
Me too.
But let me tell you. So here's the good things about it. Among all major league pitchers with at least 150 batters faced this season, only Michael Kopech at 137 and Tony Gonsolin at 147 have a lower opponent batting average against than Strider, who's at 161. Now we ain't counting the night. we ain't counting the night. Okay. But also Spencer is 2-1 with a 2.75 ERA, 13 Ks, 19 2/3 innings as a starter with the Braves. And they have won 3 or 4 of his starts since he got to the back end. Right. Now, this is what I'm about to tell you now is why I'm really buying it. He's 2-1. They've won 3 or 4 with him as the back end starter, as the 5th spot. Before him, with everybody that they had back there, they went 2-9.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So again, I'm definitely buying Strider, as as showing up that the back end of that rotation.
Man,
Eh,
and another shout out to AA, man. Look, if you can get a rookie to be your fifth starter and not pay another, pitcher to 12 million plus year or whatever, you winning.
Yeah, yeah. Now, if he can stop with all these walks, because he was struggling with that,
Yeah,
because the boy throwing gas, right?
he is.
Like his last start, bro, when he had the 11 Ks,
Mm-hmm.
I think his highest pitch, I want to say they said hit uh a little over 101. So he
Yeah, he
he's
throw
shooting
heat.
the missiles up there, man. You know. So yeah, we both buying
Yeah,
and on Spencer Strider, man. So bet. So now we up to the series that we've been waiting on.
yep.
You got the Giants and you have the Dodgers.
Hmm.
And we won last night. And bro, speaking of last night, I don't know, maybe it was just me, but it kind of had a
It did.
playoff feel.
It
It
did.
like it felt very Octoberish, bro.
It did.
I you know I and if that's what we gonna get in October, god damn it, I'm ready.
And that's what I mentioned earlier when we was talking about it. I said, man, I like the way that they won that game.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the bases loaded. You had Will Smith come in. Of course, he gave up a run, but he didn't give up anything else after that.
Shout out to Will for that though.
Yeah, that wouldn't even been his fault because when Fareed went out, the base was loaded, and we was clinging to that 1-0 lead or whatever. But for him to only give up one run in that situation, and I
Yep.
think he struck out two in that. Yeah, he struck out two in that side, and then you had of course Kenley Jansen that came in. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like you. If you can win like that, you own to something.
Hey, I totally agree, man. And Max Max pitched another gem, bro. You know, one could argue that he got left in a little too long,
Yeah,
but that's neither here nor there. But and then we're not gonna really get into it because we gonna have that's what we got to talk about next week. Giants and the Dodgers. We just gonna
right,
preview it a little bit,
right.
but now they're going against good teams.
Yes.
Um, that the Giants were 30, 37, 28 when we met, and we
Yeah,
was
they
38
actually
and
third
28.
place in the
Yeah,
NL West.
38. No, we was 38 and 20. No, 30, 37 and 29. So, like they were pretty much even record wise. Um, but you got that squad, but the squad that everybody's really looking forward to is the Los Angeles Dodgers. Like that's the series, that's the team, and I'm not looking ahead of anybody, but let's be
Right.
real. Nobody really truly caring about the Giants right now.
No, it's
You know,
everybody's hoping in the fast forward on till Friday to get that 3 game set started. And the Dodgers got a lot. I mean, of course you got a lot to play for anytime you play, but they're
right,
actually tied right now with the Padres in the NL West for first place. And
yeah,
it's, at first you're kind of like, where the heck did the Padres come from? Because they
right.
started off kind of struggling, and they without one of their big guns for all most of the year, and it's kind of like, where did they come from?
Right. Did you see that injury, bro?
I did.
Oh,
I did. I hate I did, but I saw it. But
yeah, yeah,
this weekend will tell. Well, this week plus weekend will tell a lot about our Atlanta Braves, man. We're gonna see how do we measure up against these two.
right, yeah. So, and of course, you will have all the talk will be Freddie. All the talk will be, you know, how will Freddie be received when he comes to Atlanta.
Oh,
Now
great.
now if you were there, you You booing or you cheering, dog?
I'm cheering, man. I'm cheering for everything Freddie done. I don't know what all was it. AA was pushing the other way, or was Freddie pushing the other way, or whatever. But uh, the time he was here, I think he deserves that. And if you actually saw last night, Jocktober got a nice, you know,
Bro,
standing ovation.
how can you not love Jock, bro? He that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I hate to, I know it's over and done. I hate to see him in another uniform, man,
Yeah,
because he brought that something that I felt the Braves needed at that time last
right.
year. And he came in and got a freaking clutch hit last night that like to kill us. But
Yeah,
they
but
love Jocktober. I don't think he'll ever be booed in Atlanta.
yeah, you know, you can't help but love Jock, man. But you know, as far as Freddie goes, bro. If I was there initially, I'm cheering my brains out, you know.
Yeah.
But every hit he get, I'm booing this shit out of him.
Hey,
I
he
mean,
come
that's
up, I'm
just
gonna tip my cap first time to him. After that, hey, you a
yeah.
Dodger.
After that, you a Dodger, you know. But he, like you said, he deserves, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
the standing ovation. He deserves the love, regardless of how it all went down. You know, it's a business, bro. It's 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 business over everything when
Yeah.
in professional sports. So he did what he felt he needed to do. The Braves did what they felt he needed to do. But aside from Freddie, man, I'm worried about Matt Olson
Oh gosh.
because he is under pressure with Freddie coming to Atlanta.
So basically, you saying that Matt Olson is gonna be the ex-wife? I mean, the new girlfriend that
Yeah.
got brought to Christmas dinner with the ex-wife.
Hmm. Uh-huh.
So
Like,
that's what he is.
listen, man, he because you know, he had expectations, heavy expectations on him
He did.
anyways. So when you bring the guy he replaced back home, you know, and and if Freddie goes off and Olsen doesn't,
Oh my God, yeah.
oh my God, the vitriol against Olsen will be mind boggling, bro. It'll be deafening the way they probably gonna boo that man.
He needs to have a great series, especially against the Dodgers.
Yes,
He
yes,
really does, and not just because of he just needs to, but with like you said, with Freddie coming to town, and I think like you said in the long run, I think Olsen is we got a good one with him. I just think he's still just trying to settle in his way. He's playing on the championship contending team last year, in Oakland. Hey, it was just do you go, they
Hey,
wasn't playing for anything. So
speak of the devil, man. Olsen just hit a 3-run bomb, bro.
okay,
We up 5-4. Shout out to Matt.
see, every time we start talking about something,
Yeah. But yeah, bro, I I would really hope he goes to something like 6 for 15.
oh yeah,
He goes 6 for 15, you know, couple
couple of
home runs,
bombs.
4 or 5 ribbies, score a couple runs. No matter what Freddie does, you won't be able to knock him.
Yeah, because Braves Nation really just needs to let Olsen settle in and let him be who he's gonna be. He's
Yeah,
never gonna be Freddie. He's not Freddie. You know, you can see with his numbers when he was with Oakland what he can do. Braves
right.
Nation just needs to just, let him be him. I still think he's kind of figuring out his way. He doesn't seem to be a rah-rah lead type guy. He seems to be a more quiet lead by example type guy.
Right.
And I really don't know who the leader of this team is because if you think about it, most of the players are like that.
Yeah.
Of course,
I,
Heredia is always hitting somebody with the sword in the dugout and stuff, but
yeah. Yeah. You know, we'll see, man. So
yeah,
they won last night. They up 5-4 right now. So we're not gonna even include these games for the
right.
rest of the predictions. So they got 2 more against San Francisco and 3 against the Dodgers. So the next 5 games, what you got them going?
Golly, man. Next 5, 3-2. They'll take 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers, and they'll split these last 2 with the Giants after winning tonight.
Yeah, they gonna win tonight, and they gonna go 4-1.
Oh,
They gonna go 4-1. I think they gonna sweep San Francisco. They gonna win the next 2 in San Fran. Go 2-1 against it.
you see how I'm looking at you.
I see it. Hey man, hey, like like I tell my son when he at the urinal, aim high.
Hey, we got the big guns this weekend though. You got Fareed, you got Anderson, and you got Strider. Strider pitching Sunday night on ESPN. So
yeah, and you know what? He come out there and do better than he doing tonight. He could bolster his case. You know,
that lineup is more deadly than the one you facing tonight. So
exactly. So, you know, we about, like you said, man, we're about to really and truly see, you know, what this team is really made of.
Yep.
And you know, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
So, speaking of what this team is made of, as customary, we do a prospect of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And this week's prospect of the week, and we've done it before, is Vaughn Grissom.
Yep.
Of high A ball down in Rome.
Yep.
And he is the 6th prospect in the Braves, you know, system. And bruh, he is on a tear right now.
He had a hell of a June 16th. I know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he had a hell of a June 16th. Now I don't know if you guys have been watching him or keeping up with him, but on what JP is talking about, on June 16th, he hit a grand slam. I think he went 4 for 5.
Yeah, it was back-to-back innings.
Yeah. He hit 2 of them.
Back-to-back innings.
Yeah, back-to-back innings. He hit 2 grand slams. Like, bro, dude is going on. They was going against Asheville. And now this is his stats against Asheville. He batted .516, 16 hits, 5 doubles, 2 grand slams, 17 RBIs, .559 on base percentage, .871 sluggage, 1430 OPS, 27 total bases, 3 stolen bases, and 14 runs. Bruh, he went absolutely nuts.
Well, one good thing I'm seeing about the kid, and it's evident the way he's playing, in 53 games, man, he has 23 walks. So that lets you know he got a good eye.
Yes.
He's seeing the ball well. He's hitting what he wants to hit as opposed to just going up there hacking away. And one other little thing, man, that he's a shortstop. He's a shortstop by nature. That's what he's always played.
He like 6'3".
Yeah, they've been trying to transition him over into the outfield because I got news for him. You ain't playing shortstop with the Braves unless, I mean, God forbid something happened to Dansby or whatever, but there's nowhere in the infield that you're going to play. So you may as well kind of start trying to position for either Duvall spot because you're not playing infield.
Yeah. So it, you know, like, I mean, we don't want to get too far ahead because this is high A ball, but you know, you look, dog, he had a rough May.
He did.
You know, in the month of June, he's batting .382, 3 homers, 19 ribbies in 6 games, and he had I told you about the 6 games.
Yeah.
You know, but not only just those 2 games with back-to-back home runs, dude has he's recorded at least 3. He had recorded at least 3 hits in 4 games in that week, that 6-game week. Like he has really been on it, man. And
yeah,
I'm really looking forward to seeing this kid grow. Uh, you know what? He can't play third either, man. Like I don't know what
That's
you.
what I'm saying. I was reading an article about him, and they were saying how he still wants to be a shortstop at the major league level, and with the Braves, but he
Yeah,
understands the crowded infield situation, and that's why they've been trying to transition him to left field and other outfield positions. And I'm like, hopefully all our Braves stay the way that they are. You're not playing in the infield right now. So,
yeah,
and another good thing about the kid is too, through those 53 games we talked about, he has 12 stolen bases. So he got some wheels.
yeah. He's big. He's strong. Great arm. Can run the base pass. Plays good defense. He's ready, man.
I'm gonna tell you, man. We're talking to a lot of Brave Circle, and reading the different scouting reports and everything. This kid right now is on the track to progress faster than our boy Drew.
Yeah,
And Drew is the one that we thought would come up before Michael Harris. A lot of people
yeah,
did. But
yeah.
the plan is if both of these kids, we done him last week, if both of these kids start, keep doing what they're doing, the Braves are gonna have a very good core and a good problem to have because Duvall may transition on, in the next couple of seasons. I think
Yeah,
that's
I
the
mean, he
plan.
getting up there. He 33 right now.
Osuna, that's the plan if they can get off of him. So if you can get Drew and this kid, if they keep progressing like that, you set.
I agree, but you know what? Now's probably the time to start getting him ready for the outfield.
He's
Un-
not
un-
playing infield.
unless they don't sign Dansby to a major deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he won his arbitration case, but just being in Atlanta and all the boards and going to the games and stuff, I can't see them getting rid of Dansby. But I said the
They
same thing about Freddie. So
Well, I mean, but there's a distinct difference, man, because you look at the age difference for one. So what is Dansby? He's 28.
hmm
That's what about 7 years younger than Freddie. So I mean, if you re-sign him 4 or 5 years, you know, he's 33, 34 by the time he's off your books. So you're right. I just don't see them not signing him. But if they do, they really gonna try to fast track this kid.
and Riley can also play the outfield.
Yeah,
He actually played the outfield a couple years ago when he came up. So,
yeah.
but would you really want to take him off that hot corner because he good over there? So
Nah.
I don't know.
Again, like you said, man, they got a good problem to have, and and,
hmm
and one that I'm looking to see progress and grow and prosper. So, you know, shout out once again to our prospect of the week,
Yes.
21-year-old wonder kid down in high A Rome ball, Mr. Von Grissom. Well, dog, we've reached the end of another fantastic episode,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes,
You
sir.
you got anything you wanna add to close us out?
Nah, just keep checking us out. We're available on Apple now, right? So we're
Yeah, it
we're
should be.
available on multiple platforms, pretty much anywhere you get your podcast. Check us out. Leave a comment, good or bad. We take them all. If some things you want to see on the show, let us know. I want to do a throwback show, to throw in like some old memories, old classics, because we've been Braves fans forever. So just hit us up. Let us know how you like the show.
Oh yeah, indeed, man. Basically all I want to say is, man, we appreciate the support, the love, the shares, the conversations. And we actually, look forward to it,
Oh
man.
yeah,
It's one of the highlights of my week, man, to
me
sit down
too.
and talk Braves baseball, then to put it out there and then get the feedback from other people, man. So yeah, man, we're looking forward to it. And it don't hurt to do this when they damn playing good ball. So, you know,
Yeah,
we was there when they was terrible, and we gonna be there for whatever. So it is what it is.
we could
So
be we could be doing a Washington National podcast right now.
yeah, right. Yeah. And just like the government, it would be terrible. Just terrible. But yeah. On behalf of my boy, Mr. Jermaine J.P. Powell,
Yes, sir.
myself, TK, the entire Chop Shop podcast, we thank you guys for tuning in. We look forward to talking to you as always. And last but not least, chop on.
Chop on. Yes, sir.